Roshan at a pretty reasonable pace. I feel like Ursa was a little bit out of left field, but I think they can push the map a little bit further than LFY can, so I'm going to go with...
The second he shows himself, the courier will leave the base. Is coming with the salve.
Yeah, a little bit of grass here, but Super is not going to be too phased by this.
Oh wow, actually top lane, Tidehunter, you're really low. Ramses, where's that rolling boulder forward? Space, it's not created enough. Solo, it'll actually be the kill for him. Ramses still wants to damage into AhFu. Solo doesn't it?
Top lane again now, Ramses.
Yeah, look at him open up. AhFu creates a little bit of space with a rock kick, but it's so hard to walk away. That upheaval is making it impossible. Ramses' damage output, it's lower thanks to the anchor smash, but Lil...
Situations.
Maybe they go bottom lane. That is where they're headed, but Lil
That's
maybe feeling this rotation already, moving over. Pasha getting aggressive onto Monet. Pasha still keeping that burn going. DDC reveals himself to pick up and throw down with the waveform. They have the damage output. Lil will get the Burrow Strike as Morphling. Strength morphs up and has 4 1 charges to live. Is not possible. But AhFu, he'll start with a kick under Ramses. Pick up telekinesis. No TP support coming in just yet. Now it's on the way. It's the faceless void we're talking about. The leap forward. A 3-man chrono, but he's already lost Ramses. Support's not there. Warlock is on his way, trying to focus on the DDC. And let's get something, but no one is a 1-on-3 matchup. Solo will come in, gives the Shadow Word, as well as the slow upheaval is down. So Monet doesn't want to use waveform. Lil's coming in with Lil and Lil, looking for DDC. They'll surround him on 3 sides. The kick comes forward, only connects on the illusion. Solo moving forward as well. He needs to keep his distance. Now it's Lil who's very low. The Sand King will fall. DDC trying to run back to the tower. The illusions are going to break up the attack. They're coming down towards AhFu, but Monet's not done just yet. Going after no one. He's got the Shadow Word for regeneration with this SK illusion. It finds AhFu, but still on 40 HP. That is enough to stay alive. And they're doing it again. Super, the numbers are here. Bottom lane, Exorcism is up. Super is looking for some good damage towards the tower. Doing it with the Morphling is one way to do it. And Solo's not ready to fight this. He's got level 2 upheaval. He can at least slow down LFY. Super, he's backing out now. There's the upheaval. A little bit of a slow. Burrow's trying to go to work. Ramsey just going to try and slice and dice, but Lil, so much damage from Monet. Waving forward. Ramsey, he's too injured. The Chronosphere, he'll create space. Shadow Word on the Ramses. He's getting his life back right now, but Chronosphere has been expended, and VP have no other choice but coming in. Faces Void. He is waiting. It's actually Ramses coming in first. 3 swipes into Monet. 1 chance will repair all of that damage. And now, here's your Chronosphere, catching 3, Super on the edge of it, the Burrow Strike forward, the rock will drop, and the Fatal Bonds connecting up LFY, 3 heroes caught inside of it, they'll already kill off the Rubik, Monet, they're trying to run out, but again, it is unfair advantage when the slow is just making it impossible to run away. Tidehunter crippled and brought down the top lane, LFY lose 3, and Virtus.Pro, they now turn their attention towards Roshan, but Monet, he's walking in front of the pit. But VP will still be fine. They're going to keep going at this.
That's that first team fight for Virtus.Pro that was so important to be successful, and they pull it off very nicely there with a great chrono into Golem.
Well, he's in the neighborhood. Monet's there. They're going to pick up from DDC. They'll drop him down. Roshan almost down, is down now. Ramses has the Aegis Immortal, but do you want this fight? You don't have Rock available, so really the answer is no. A Burrow Strike, which was stolen from DDC, cancels the TP out from Pasha. The smoke can break on AhFu. They realize Ramses will be to the north, and Ramses, can he get himself away? The kick comes through. You commit the excessive TP support's coming in. It's the Faceless Void. There's no Chrono. There's no Rock just yet. And is this a call to let Ursa die? Aegis Immortal is gone. Pasha's nearby. Lil coming over from the left side. Burrow strikes onto the Espirits. There's no quick kick. And the upheaval slowing down Super. Exorcism is still only halfway through its duration. Tide comes in as well. They rolling boulder forward. Solo forced to run away now. The Magnetizer's turned off. Faceless Void is still here. Chronosphere is up. The Burrow Strike from Lil may as well bigger Ravage onto Lil and Super, keeping them out of this fight. Now the Ravage will pop, Faceless Void, silence up and can't do anything. He'll fall before the Chrono is able to be expended. Going to fight into this. They want pick first or have that ulti down.
That is, mid lane. They find Ramses, there's a replicant.
Yeah, this one, it now turns into the real Monet. They actually wind up, and Ursa, the damage was quick. But not from the Dire side, it sees the entire smoke of Virtus.Pro. So LFY have all the information behind the lines. So they put Tide front lines, make sure he's visible. They are a little bit more grouped up and bringing Ancients along with them.
I got that!
On the Ursa, the Chronosphere is down. They'll split the fight up, and already the blinking from the Tidehunter. Roshan, it was snatched. The Aegis Immortal into the hands of Monet. It's a huge, huge fight for LFY. If they can hold on to it, the epicenter. It's coming from Lil, combining with the Rock and the Fatal Bonds. But where is your follow-up damage? No one is already running away from this fight. The Rock created space and ends up being a 2-for-1 trade-off, but the Aegis Immortal is still in the hands of Monet.
do have a couple of raindrops running. Maybe you can't take them from 100 to 0, but combining with any ally, I think they can kill any hero on the map. This is dangerous. Lil is trying to cut the wave mid. He might regret this. Has to blink away here. Got silenced, but didn't take damage.
It's there in time, actually dodging the kick. So Lil will fall while that was going on. Faceless Void just got soloed up the E-Blade. First pop was Monet picking off the mid of Virtus.Pro. It's just too juicy. They're like, no one wants to go, but without the Warlock Fatal Bonds, they won't have enough damage split across LFY to kill them off. And I think this is something VP definitely understand. They're all grouped up. They want the Chrono before it's the time. Now the time is there, but you just lost the SK. Killed off. The Chrono is nice. Here comes your Rabbit. It creates more space back again. They hold him in position. The back rock, but GG is called from no one. They don't even let the fight end. It is done and dusted. LFY taking game 1 against Virtus.Pro.
Looking at this draft, and I just see this AA being an absolutely outstanding pick. I think, first of all, when you find and Pasha has managed to pull the creep wave all the way in between his tier 1, tier 2.
AhFu really didn't want a part of that. Solo doesn't have the glimpse. Nature's Prophet was TPing over with a double damage rune. AhFu dropping low. Solo, he's going after this. He doesn't have boots. He doesn't have movement speed. So AhFu turns around Solo with the Observer Ward. Gets the vision around the tree line. He'll take the kill. He'll reveal the fact the Observer Ward is down, but the bonus gold will make that worthwhile.
AhFu very quickly getting over and getting his bounty.
Lil into the mid, Burrow Strike's available, no one's already there. Super's in trouble, he doesn't have his support. His support is currently de-warding with the creep wave. Solo will move in, still with the double damage rune. They make sure no one gets the last hit. Observer Ward behind, they'll understand LFY if they bring in reinforcements, but this Nature's Prophet's out way too far. No mana for a TP. They won't need much to get this kill. Virtus.Pro up again, but top lane Pasha underneath his own tier 1 tower tries to get back, cannot get there in time. Lil is TPing forward. He's looking towards DDC. That's the one hero he can probably kill off, but rolling ball forward, AhFu will block it, and without the mana for Lil, he'll have to back away. But then again, the kick is coming in. Viper will start his TP. Now Monet with no time walk. Lil's been able to survive, but that TP is taking an eternity. Pasha will arrive finally.
Did DDC just die to the tower? Pasha just got a kill, man.
Yeah, he did.
He's going to use the Nether Ward now, and the rotation is coming in.
No one's up way too far underneath that tower. AhFu going to look for the kick, combining it with the Crepify. They just drain him out. A Viper Strike, maybe with the 1 charge or 6 charge, it's enough to live, but he just can't move far enough away. Still going to try and find one LFY, smoking up Super and AhFu just behind the tier 1 tower in the mid. They know it's safe because of the de-warding they did previously, and Lil is walking straight into them. The Crepify is up. Can he Burrow Strike into Roshan? He attempted it, but that was way too short. It's like he got pushed back out by the cliffside.
That's one of those panic moments. You have very little time to react and get your cursor to the right place. Just stuns right outside the Roche pit. I think he could have maybe denied himself to Roche, but there's no way he's going to survive that moment at least.
LFY is putting pressure now for the top lane. Nether Ward behind the trees. They sprout up on the Necrophus. Does he have enough life to survive and maybe even get a side up before death? Not going to happen. He's down. And here comes your Burrow Strike. Faceless Void. Still no Chronosphere. He's level 5 time dilation. Can at least help control up the team fight. While LFY in the trees are coming out the victors. Solos have much more to give. They just keep blasting into the trees. Super with a double kill. DDC. Is it really going to happen again? Dying to the creep wave. It's not going to happen. He's got 13 HP. Escaping out. No more support from Virtus.Pro. No one remained farming in the mid. Did not have a TP scroll. Lil and Solo. Now, there is Static Storm is available for the Disruptor. He's only just cracked his level 6. LFY may not be ready for this. And Super, that Burrow Strike from Lil has hit the money, but the silence! AhFu! He is on the ball! The rockin' ball! Oh. That fight ain't happening, and they brought no one in for this. They really wanted this. Now Nature's Prophet TPs toward the only thing to happen is the SK has to TP in towards mid to try and defend this, but no Sandstorm available. Maybe the fight can be baited in. He sprouted up. Lil looks pretty juicy, but Pasha coming in from the side. Reaper side that's available. Here comes your Ice Blast. The side, it will decapitate. The Nature's Prophet, but revenge is there for Super. Viper has made his way over the glimpse, cancelling up the TP. Pugna falling as well. Virtus.Pro, the attack onto the Courier. It won't be enough. The Courier will survive. There's a lot on it, in fact. In fact, he even missed uphill to boot. The also gone missing off the map, hence LFY fell back from the top lane, but the over-aggressive Prophet, Lil will catch him out. They glimpse him back in, already on the wall. They are waiting to see what he does, and there's not much he can do. The Scythe, once again, his head is cleaved from the shoulders. But like all good heroes, you know they're going to come back in the next life once again.
It's a big rotation. That's my main gripe with this play. It's a good kill to get. It's nice that they get it, but they have 5-man rotating for 1 hero in the off lane.
They're coming to fight again.
That's again something that I feel like LFY are just better at.
LFY, Lil's got to get out of here right now. On turn for the burst right. The Chronosphere will catch him, and Ramses sees his friend and runs away. Or no, he's running in. Dogform is out. The Wolves are behind him. Necrobooks on trigger. He's at least trying to get some kind of revenge on the DDC, but getting hit by the Ice Blast, not what he wants to have happen. They'll glimpse back the Faceless Void into the storm of Solo. No way to escape. They get a call for a support. Clean up the Nether Ward, and LFY will retreat for now. And the Sentry was trying to get rid of him, get rid of the other Observer from the Radiant side. As Virtus.Pro, okay, that wasn't part of the plan, losing their crew on the way in. Pugna, the Death Ward is actually in the best position, it really is dead. Solo just killed himself, the burst strike from Lil. Might create space, Ancient Apparition as well as Monet. Out of the fight for the moment, the Rod of Atos, keeping Pasha in position. Monet thinking about the Chronosphere, he's right next to Nature's Prophet, and they do it on the Necrophos with the Ice Blast coming in. Say goodbye to Pasha. Roshan is still alive, as LFY, do they actually want this or not? Maybe wondering if he was visible. The Dire Scan will miss their target, but Ramses, yep, have they got enough though? Time Walk just came back off cooldown. Super's nearby, the glimpse back into the storm. He can't break free to Decrepify his own, so they can't attack straight into Monet, but the Scythe! 70-second window.
Damn, that's big. He doesn't have buyback.
Look at Ramses. He's already hunting for another kill straight around the back of the tower. Moving on to DDC. They don't want to stop now. He gets his vision. He has lost the dog form, however, but DDC trapped in the trees. The Vortex slowing Ramses down so much. His upheaval of a different kind. The Wolves get the vision once more and defuse a blade charge. He's down to 5, but supports arrive from no one. A quick Ice Blast, but DDC ticking, but no boom. Onto 25 HP. Still alive, Lycan. Stunned up under the tower. He needs to get away, but the Rod of Atos is so controlling him. There was Nature's Prophet in through the rear. They'll burn the Aegis Immortal. Ancient Apparition is not part of this fight. No one finally breaks free of the trees. The wall is up, and Nature's Prophet, he came in to break the Aegis, but will sacrifice his life to do so. Virtus.Pro bringing down the Nature's Prophet.
So much aggression coming out from them. Ramsey's actually using 3 diffusal blade charges to try to kill that AA. He didn't manage, though, that buff to Ice Vortex in the recent.
And who does he get? Everybody splits Delta-wise from Virtus.Pro. The stun is on Noone. Pasha, can he help out? No, he can't. That's a very dead Viper.
And that's not the end of it. Now Monet can try to get in and get a chrono here.
There's a 4-star. It gets Pasha a little bit further away. A quick Rod of Atos holding Monet in position. The Wolves keeping the distance, the vision everywhere else, but Prophet, they're able to get the Sprout up. Pasha caught out. Monet, he commits the Chronosphere up. They have more than enough damage to bring down the Necrolite. Atos holds him there. Lil makes more space again. This time it's with his Yule Scepter. The TP out won't happen. Burrow strikes available. InFlame will fall. And a critical time for this, as Roshan is up. LFY have to be cautious.
Full minute on that respawn will allow VP to get good control of the map. He does have buyback, which VP obviously don't know. Oh, Monet mid.
Liquid Sphere gets triggered. Nope.
Oh, Ramsey's misclicked.
Oh, here's the glimpse, though. Pulls him all the way back. Solo has the storm available, but Monet triggers at the BKB, focusing on the disruptor while Ramsey's focusing on AhFu on the back lines. They've already killed off Solo. Look for the next target. Ramsey's BKB diffuser blade after DDC. Decrepifying is up, and they're draining a little bit more life back into him. Monet losing that Liquid Sphere, but the control damage is on the like. A Burrow strike from Lil. Space is created. The Scythe will kill off the Faceless Void while Ramsey's being drained out. The Wrath of Nature. It'll bounce through and find the kill, and a big Ice Blast on the way in. It healed everybody as well as Lil's epicenter. There's so much damage from both sides. The Virtus.Pro barely keeping their head above this water. They want more. They're chasing after InFlame. No one's TP forward. They found the Nature's Prophet. Rod of Atos will hold him back, but Lil with the Burrow strike. Lil with the control, and no one with the kill. 4 heroes from LFY. Now manure for the ground. They want the movement speed to get back out of this if possible, and don't fall into the trap of LFY. They don't know the status just yet. The glimpse, maybe. They find Nature's Prophet. He jumped onto the back lines while you've got Ramses. BKB'd up, and the perfect wall onto Monet and Super. They had to burn their BKB. He'll get a double chrono back. Solo as well as Ramses. They're caught inside of it. Now no one with his BKB trying to beat down Super, was giving life back over to Monet. He's not going to time walk forward. He's got friends who need help. Super drain the life out of Pasha. Has he got enough? Pasha now, it's a life drain on drain. No one gets the kill, and Pasha turns for the fight. No mana for his side, but it's Noone who is just an absolute beast, killing off DDC. Monet is on the wrong side of the tracks. AhFu's also retreating, but remember what we came for. Roshan was the objective. VP are going back for objective-based gaming to go on. So yeah, you can cold feed him up, but he'll stand his ground. Continue to chip away. Monet finally coming in, finding some time locks. He's going to get rooted to the ground thanks to Viper is dropping low, and here's the epi with the wall storm combo, but the ice blast with the faces boy Chrono! Virtus.Pro! They have just shattered the mirror! That's a lot of bad luck for them, but will it continue? No one's back to the world of living. Monet wants more. They can run a Atos over on Noone. AhFu standing his ground. He's got help. Disruptor glimpsing back Monet, but Prophet inflating the perfect TP forward and the Sprout holding Lycan in position. He Quelling Blade cuts his way through, but slowed down by the Decrepify. The rolling boulder. They're looking for more. They don't just want Ramses. They'll probably still take him. The Raw can't give enough life. No one battling against AhFu. The rolling boulder gets him back down the hillside, and he has to run. It is a huge tanky Noone, but right now it is a 1-on-5 scenario. Lil will come back, try and create some space with the Burrow Strike. No one's BKB won't protect him, but at least he gets the Burrow Strike onto the Earth Spirit. Now they go for more. They're draining out Lil. He committed for pretty heavily for this one. The Viper needs to be able to survive. No one continues to run. Even couriers are popping in the middle of all this. Decrepify, Ice Blast, no more regeneration. Super sucks the Viper dry. That's a lot of toxic things to actually consume. Nature's Prophet died, but there goes the 8-kill streak. They give the life back to Nature's Prophet so he'll survive. The bottom lane is being pressured. LFY have an opening, but their tier 4 towers were under siege. Nature Yule's having to break it now. Monet gets the BKB off the side, holds him in position. Where's that Chronosphere? It connects onto Lycan. The Ice Blast is coming forward as well, but Monet dying very quickly. Lycan will die, but for the cause. AhFu rolling boulder down. He's found Lil further down inside the river. The Magnetize. Lil will end up ticking out 2 heroes without buyback. No one wants to stand his ground, but currently he's on the low part in the river. The wet feet, if only he had feet. Pasha push back up the hill. They've locked him in with the ice feet. No one being drained out. Pasha's trying to help him out. A rod of Atos to keep Super in position. No one's retreating, but on bottom lane, it is where InFlame has caused the damage. Picking up the melee racks. Still mid. They're going to turn around and fight. Pasha once more. Super. The Nether Water's down. They're trying to get rid of that. He drained the life back out of Pasha, and now they turn for the fight. The Ice Blast is really good from DDC, but will it be enough? Super, the immortal.
No way he gets out of this, man. There's no way.
To the trees. He has his BTs available. Decrepify and TP. Where's the stun? Where's the control? God. You have nothing. Super is away. The bottom rack is taken, and LFY. Not only have they now gained the advantage in golden experience, but they've leveled up the rack's advantage.
Now he's going to probably build a damage item to go with it. That means if they catch this Viper in the chrono,
LFY. We've been in this situation before. Monet! The double chrono! Ice Blast is on the money! No one hit by that! They've drained out Ramses! No one will BKB and try and stand his ground. He's got the help from Pasha as well as Lil, but they don't want to fight this. They're down a man, they're down a Hal, and Pasha. Here comes the jump. Lil will bring in a perfect Burrow Strike. He had to do it too early. The epicenter has no effect. Maybe the Soul is there from Solo with the Storm down. They've brought down at least the Earth Spirit, but buyback is there from InFlame. He's onto the back lines. The drain is too heavy onto the Viper. Solo still trying to play around this. They don't see him. They're going to break him with a Silver Edge. No one's in trouble. No one is down on the sidelines. You'll lose a Necro too. Viper has buyback available, however. He might be able to help defend, but the Creepwave's pushing in through the bottom. Solo doesn't have his Storm, doesn't have his Aghanim Scepter, and has LFY knocking on the front door.
He broke Super's Linkins, but no follow-up.
Oh, it's so hard to commit.
It's just TPing to all the bounty rooms. Oh, another one.
Bounty for me.
Oh, here comes the fight.
The push down, the push Necro in. Oh, no! That's it. The Chrono's locked in too many. 4 heroes. It's sweet, sweet as sugar. Virtus.Pro are gone, and LFY will advance to the winners bracket final. It has been one hell of a dream. Undefeated in the upper